before. The more one Nigerian government were trying to tear Ojukwu apart and the eastern region, the more the people of eastern region were coming to give their loyalty to Ojukwu and his men. The more we were gathering the momentum. There was no much of weapons, but you saw young men volunteering to come in and defend their land. They surrendered everything they had. The same thing that is happening today, you see ESM. You see young men and women surrendering their future because they know that they are already dead if they don't have freedom. If their children are being slaughtered every day, what freedom do you have that you say you want to remain in one Nigeria? So everybody came together. Ojukwu talked to them. At the tail end, they were even the ones coming to give Ojukwu advice, giving Ojukwu support every day and then, telling Ojukwu, you are the only person we have appointed to be speaking for us. No other person should speak for us except you appoint the person. These are the confidence that the Biafran regional elders and every ethnicity gave to Ojukwu and his men. This was when you hear of the Biafran proclamation of the Biafran Republic of Biafra. So some of you, history has been taken away from your school, so they will always lie to you that Ojukwu did not consult anybody before he declared Biafra. Because your slave masters will always want to come and write your history and to tell your story, and they will tell it upside down. So understand it now. The same way they had told you before that it was Ojukwu that caused the war. The same way they told you that it was Ojukwu that curtailed the arrangement in Aburi Accord. So you have to understand it now. This is why Mazi Nnamdi was here to open our eyes. So remember very well that it is the same UK government that forcefully brought us together against our will in 1914. Since that 1914, coming down to 1929, when you heard of the Aba women riot, that was a combination of the Biafran women, which many of them were not allowed to carry their gari and their rice and their beans to move from Calabar to Aba, Akwa Ibom, to Ikot-Ekpene, Akwa Ibom to Enugu and to Imo, to go and sell and give to everybody and then make their ends meet. They were imposing series of taxes on them. And what happened? The women could not take it anymore because our men were already tied. They became lame. When you hear Mazi Nnamdi say, I can't imagine that our men are so lame because they use money to brainwash them. Women had to be the one to come out to protest. And then it was still UK government with their police as at then that ordered open fire on the women of Biafra. This was in 1929. This is still UK in charge. When they came down to 1960 in the name of this rubbish independence, what did they do? They made sure the constitution put the northern foreign terrorists to be in position and control and dominate everything in one Nigeria. This is still the handiwork of UK. UK is still the one that supervised your massacre in the 60s to 70s. UK has been exploring and exploiting your oil and gas, yet that place that they are taking the oil, your brothers and sisters cannot farm anymore. They cannot do anything with the water. They cannot even live within that place again. And they are not even getting compensation from it. Majority of you have this one, but you cannot utilize it in Biafra land because UK has destroyed everything. That is why UK took care of Umar Odiko, but they cannot take care of Mazi Nnamdi because Mazi Nnamdi wants to make sure all these shackles of UK is broken. So that brings us back to you to understand that the power for us to free Mazi Nnamdi lies in our own hands. It is not in the hands of the international community, not in the hands of UN or EU or US or UK, but we must continue to create the awareness so that tomorrow when they ask the question, what did you people do? How did you lay the template? They will go and check it and then see. That is why record is very good. And we thank God for this very day of this technology because we did not have control of the media. The propaganda misinformation that UK was disseminating to the international community as at that time of the genocide committed against the Biafran people is something that you may not understand. Go to America now and ask somebody in the middle of 60 years, do you know anything about Biafra? The person will tell you, no. I don't know anything about Biafra. I'm only hearing it from you now that they're talking because they turned the history against us and then they told the wrong story against us, and people got the wrong side of the story. So you have to give your support to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if we must get him out. Listen to our Prime Minister, Mazugo. Forgive me for taking long.
Joy. All of them join. So we move on because I think it will be good if we will allow Biafrans to ship in things at least 2 minutes. Let us go over to the other one. Biafra government in exile, why it is needful and why we need it. I beg, I don't know. This is what Simon posted this evening. This is yesterday. A letter has been drafted and sent to the UN, and today again another one drafted and sent to EU. And this is the letter. The Biafran Republic government in exile, through the office of the Prime Minister, has sent a memo to the European Union calling for support for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Oku Kanu for Biafra referendum as the only solution for lasting peace to avoid the repeat of Afghanistan. So if you go on to read this about 6 pages, 6 page letter written to EU again today and yesterday he did the same. So this is one of the reason why we should depend more on this Biafra government in exile to see that we give in all our support, every of our support we give to Biafra government in exile, because this is the beginning of the whole thing. This is the starting point. This is what you need to have to do your voice, your representation, your action start from Biafra government in exile. With this and your prime minister is now your eye in the world, in the UN, in the EU, in the UK, everywhere. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile, now is no longer going to be speaking as somebody you know before. Like that Simon Ekperima, Simon we no get mama, where they born through way. No, he is now to be representing us as Prime Minister government in exile. That means when he knocks on any door, the door must be open, and whatever he gives as a petition, as a letter, must be accepted. But before Simon Ekpa, he no fit do so. So I will not talk much because we are many here. So I will allow my comrades to have their say on this. Let me start with Mazi Gaddafi. Gaddafi, I would like you to tell us more about Biafra government in exile. Why we need Biafra in a government in exile? Why we need the prime minister and the bodies? Go on, Abeg, carry go.
Thank thank you for having me. Thank you so much. If people has paper head, they have a cam in their head. That is why they mock at everything they see. Now, let me tell you that the best thing that has happened to this struggle is to have a standard government like Biafran government in exile. Why the people that were before us was unable to make impact in this journey is for once some good reasons. Let me mention but few. Now, based on my personal moves that I've made with some nations, I came to understand that most of the nations does not deal with organization. They don't deal with organization. For instance, IPOB is just organization. Most of the nations does not take them serious. they doesn't recognize most of their actions. But when we have a government in exile, it has a true picture, like a prototype of a nation. You understand? That is why the move of Biafran Republic government in exile has weight than when we talk about just indigenous people. So the Biafran government in exile is one of the best things. I praise the Prime Minister who and the team who brought this idea to put up this arms of government. And most of us does not understand. The Prime Minister is a head of government. So the election of Mazi Simon Ekpa to become the Prime Minister is the right direction and the right thing to be done. You know, when our mockers or the backbiters that are always behind want to talk, because of their brains are blocked, some of them claim being educated, and at the end of the day, they end up being educated fools. Now, when we talk about international consultation, in international space, what you need is this Biafran government in exile. It's just like when we do make an adage that says big man talks to big man. In our major thing is this: if you just want to communicate within a nation or with United Nations or European Union or a country, if you come like the way the people that were before us do come, they will not take you serious, because a government have a policy, the government have a standard. They don't deal with organization. That is why you see any door they knock is hard to be opened. But now it becomes as good as the same standard of the government you want to speak with. So when we talk about Biafran government in exile, is the state, the operational government that is not in Biafra land, that are yet to bring from abroad, from exile, in exile, we come together to form this government. And like I was saying, Prime Minister is the head of government. So the Prime Minister as a head of government, that is why you see that the move of the Prime Minister in the person of Mazi Simon Ekpa, His Excellency, in his move, will give us more power. It will open more door. It becomes a match to whosoever you are speaking with. Now, for instance, when a local government councillor, when a councillor want to press a button at the federal level, you cannot make an impact. You cannot get far. So when you are like just organization, you are like a councillor pressing a demand in the federal level, you can't make impact. So you have to become equal with the federal. You have to become, even the state sometimes does not completely have the control. So you have to be, it is a standard. That is why I so much strongly support Biafran government in exile. Because like I said before, based on my personal moves that I made, and I discovered that if you are appearing to some nations, some countries, as in we are the group, this. I don't want to belittle some, but this is fact. Whether you take it or you leave it, but this is fact. You cannot knock the door of United Nations, Finland, for instance, to support you, to aid you, to assist you as indigenous people. No, they will not take it serious. They won't open the door for you. This is certain. And anybody can quote me right or wrong. So for us to make a very good move, which is making now, is to appear as a government, as we are, as a government, that if Biafra, it's like you are playing ball on air, playing the ball. The declaration of Biafra is like as when you bring the ball on the floor and you kick at the goalpost. The next thing you see is goal. So as soon as we declare Republic of Biafra, this government will be on ground. Like some idiots that made a voice note was saying, if you want to be a prime minister, come to Biafra land. They think they are wise, but they are fools. They are foolish. And sometimes they don't study before they come in public to argue. And when you see them arguing in public or making useless voice notes everywhere, you see the level of their understanding. Now, if you want to know how important Biafran government in exile is, you as a person make a move. Contact some nations. Write to them. We all live in abroad. Do little thing on your own as a person. You will see that you will get nowhere. But when you come as a nation of Biafra, man, and as I'm telling you now, we are going to achieve more than what has ever happened. Due to this is the standard, how it's supposed to be. You know, when the right key enter the right place, it will. If you take the match of the key to the key, you can see that the one in your hand will open the door. So Biafran government in exile, Biafran Republic government in exile is the right key to unlock the Republic of Biafra and the freedom of Biafran people. So what I want to encourage people to stop backbiting, to stop castigating people that are putting their brain into use to achieve a positive result. You know, even the Bible says, follow through the faith of them that obtained. You know, instead of busy your brain, start to do. One thing I see is that the cat and the horse, like I always say, is to drag the horse back. And the job of the horse is to drag the cat forward. So even those paperheads that we have that talk carelessly, we are the horse and we have the horsepower. We have the speed of eagle. Remember, I want you to study the lifestyle of eagle. Eagle is the animal that a bird that focus. And when he moves, he does not flap his wings. He soars. That's why eagle is different from other birds. So in this level we are now, we are moving with the speed of eagle. And we are going to get a good result. Thank you, my fellow Biafra. And that is it. And that's how it will be. We promise you Biafra. And remember, you will sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Biafra very soon. Thank you. God bless you.
Yes, Ndewo Mazi Gaddafi. Battle Cry, you have the mic.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for the explanation that you have submitted so far. Is well deserved to hear, and this is a very tough brain engine can only dig into it and be able to explore this information that you have just addressed. From my own perspective, I would say that Biafra in exile is a good development. Our spokesperson, who is now a prime minister, Mazi, and the reason why we need this Biafra in exile is because, you know, since we've been able to operate local in the Biafra land, establish some admin office there could be something that will endanger the struggle. So it's better to carry it outside the territory in the Biafra land and do it offshore. So the offshore admin for this Biafra exile is most important. And we remember it's not all about one trying to contemplate or entertain fear whether he will be able to establish an admin office in Biafra land, but to establish it offshore is most importantly. There is, I can't remember the film, when two people or group of people come together to fight a country. They don't make meeting domestically, they take it offshore to go and arrange it. That's why some people do have offshore bank accounts. So the reason for that offshore bank account is to be able to address certain things, to put some administrative work through, to be able to carry on their own operation. And we heard some time ago from former South African President Nelson Mandela. He said the only place a freedom fighter can be is either in the prison or in the grave or in exile, which is where we are now. To be in exile, to dish out whatever this information we want to dish out, and to construct, very calculatively. So that is where this Biafra in exile comes through, and this is what will yield a very successful result in this struggle that we are making now. So I must thank the Prime Minister so far for his initiative to develop and create this admin office in offshore. So for now, every information that I've been given from the Prime Minister must be honored and must follow suit. If there is anything we need to contribute, it will be within our own forum, our own platform. We dish it out there and share the information. No, no advice is neglected, and no advice is more superior than anyone. So we have to work together. We have to put everything that we are doing in a collective effort to make sure that everything goes well. Like our people used to say, that a gudubudubu ibeze. So that is how it will be, and everything will go smoothly. So we will give honor to whom honor is due, no matter what, and work with one spirit. Thank you very much.
They were Mazi. They were okay. Pastor Vam, you have the microphone.
Thank you so much. Thank you, my big brother. Thank you for all the submissions we have given so far. Mazi Gaddafi, you really you buttress the point very, very, very well. And for all the people that are asking and saying, I was listening to some Fulefu. He now made himself the president or the prime minister. Now the question is, fellow Biafrans, the last time I checked, after Mazi Nnamdi, the only person that have stood on the line for Mazi Nnamdi and have been doing the needful for Mazi Nnamdi release. Who else? Mazi Simon Ekpa. The only one that have been calling and maintained, have made sure that the sit at home have worked, and for the legal team to even have a lifeline for Mazi Nnamdi is Mazi Simon Ekpa. And now, the last time I checked, almost everybody had a chance. People that have been given chance to even play one role or the other, they will end up falling it, making all sort of nonsense. If you throw anything out of Biafrans today, the only person they will listen to is Mazi Simon Ekpa. And the only person that the whole world is even hearing his voice and know that he's fighting for Mazi Nnamdi release is Mazi Simon Ekpa. And we cannot take chances. Biafrans cannot take chances in the hand of any idiot that will go up there and mess anything up for us. Ask any question about Biafra today. Bring it before Mazi Simon Ekpa. He will deliver it as if it is something that, Mazi Nnamdi is the one that is responding. Even while Mazi Nnamdi, before he was kidnapped, he voiced out and said, Simon Ekpa have gone ahead to answer everything the way I would have said it. I'm even struggling for words to deliver. And some idiot will be saying, he took it. He didn't take it upon himself. He didn't announce himself as prime minister. I was there. We appointed him to go ahead and speak for us. Just the way Biafrans have decided to make him their spokesperson. The same way we said, go ahead and represent us in that position as our prime minister. You that is making noise up and down, disturbing the airwaves, as if people are even hearing you, whereas nobody is hearing you. You have not even been able to represent yourself well. Or you are even making noises. He did it. He killed himself. Come on, make sure God will back. Can you even help yourself? People that are washing that, the only thing you know how to do is to wash your belly. Wash your belly. Somebody is making action, taking action, and we can see the evidence. The evidence with the play, they show. Now all you are doing is making noise. Letters have arrived at all the offices. Right now, the European Unions have gotten their letter. Before you know what's happening now, you will see the action that is being taken place. The things that Mazi Nnamdi have been looking for, believing that if we can have these things now, at least action will be taking place on ground. The things are now available. They are available. All this noise they are making, RPG nonsense. Mazi Nnamdi is what he has been believing God for. And right now we have them. And they are making noise up and down. RPG. You will see the one that's senior RPG. You have not even seen anything yet. You have not seen anything yet. So Biafra Republic government in exile, it is the way to go. It is the way forward. And right now, when authority comes, we know it is coming from a very important office. There's a government in exile, and we are functioning the way we should function to bring Biafra. The best you can do is just to make noise. Now you have become instruments that, evildoers are now using. When gossipers, those that hate Biafra, want to listen now, they come and listen to you, and you feel you are doing something. Are you not ashamed of yourself? People that hate your freedom, it is your place now that they come. When they come, they are listening. People that hate your freedom, they will be applauding you. You are doing well, and you will be happy. I yield the mic to the next comrade, please.
There we go. Mazi 555 Vision, you have the mic.
Yeah, thank you, my comrades. Thank you, all Biafrans. Thank you, 247, everyone, for giving me the opportunity once again. Biafrans, we are making a mighty movement by the name of Chukwukika Abiyama for having Biafran government in exile. Biafran government in exile is simply a government that exists in another place. But what is important here is Igbo says, put cap to the head that fittest the cap. Listen, Simon Ekpa has the Biafran minister. He has every criterion we need as prime minister. He is a lawyer, a legal lawyer, who knows what law is all about. He is a human rights lawyer who knows our right. He is under military who knows what defense is all about, defense that defends our lives. He is religious and he is cultural. Now, there are different kinds of advantage, a lot of advantage we have having a person of Simon Ekpa as the prime minister. Because there are something they call procurador, the attorneys. He is someone that has the idea of law, knowing too well that Britain, after colonizing Nigeria, they amalgamated everybody, they forced everybody into one place and they chained them that place and put their logo, they call it Nigeria as their business center, a company. Me and you knows that Igbo man, a Biafran man is different to Arewa person and is different to Oduduwa person. Then, this dangerous diversity, according to how he call it, according to legitimate way, the only person that has the power to meet European presidents is someone in the capacity of our prime minister today. The best thing that has ever happened since the mention of Biafra for the first time, starting from Ojukwu, is now we have Biafran government in exile. More especially, the person who is handling the subject is someone that knows law, is someone that knows about human rights, is someone that knows about every legitimate right you have in this world. Then if you want to go in to define it, all of us, yes, we base the outside country. We have now Biafran government in exile, which is legal, a legal country that is existing outside. Then you can also take it like someone, like many of us, we take asylum outside country. Some have United Nations passport. You cannot go to the land of your origin, maybe just like Nigeria. You know there is war there, you can't go there. Then Europeans protect you. Now, Europeans, Biafran government now, Biafran land now is being protected under United law. It's being protected under United law. It is a legitimate country as at now existing. The best thing that has ever happened. All of us now, some of us live in America, some of us live in Europe, some of us live in Canada. If there is anything that happens to anybody being registered, fighting for this Biafra, Biafran government in exile have to come for that person, and they will send the lawyer that will come and stand for that person. In as much as what you are doing is implied with Biafran movement. You understand? So Biafran government in exile is #1 movement. Today, ordinary agitator or ordinary person that has his own bar where you are selling bar, where people make joke, you have discotheque where people come and dance, or maybe you send containers to Nigeria, you load Mbuka and the pass. You earn money, maybe you come to meeting, people are paying monthly dues. For example, some pay $30, some pay $50. Then maybe you send your container to Nigeria, you sell it, then you come there and others are paying $30, 50 euro. You will come and they pay 100. But the mentality of these people that studied English, but they don't know the meaning of the English they are speaking, what they will do is to take that person and give him position as DOS, but you don't know what it takes to present a document inside an office. Even if you commit a crime, you need an attorney, you need a lawyer who will present your case to the judge. Before judge will look into the case, then they will go to and meditate inside the case to know the kind of crime you have just committed before bringing any kind of sentence. Now, anything Biafrans are doing today, just like when the people in Tunisia, they raised an alarm. They call on the name of Biafran Prime Minister, the name of Obatu Ubie Simon Eba. They say, we know that you are a man of caliber who can help. He responded already. He responded to them immediately and he gave them hope. Biafrans, the only thing you will have to go on doing now is to make sure that we keep on supporting this government. We keep on praying for the safety of our new elected prime minister, because in as much as Ahmadu Bello says that they are the owner of Nigeria and they are following the template of Usman Donfodio, they says that they will take the East as conquest and they will use the South as the willing tools. Today, when you come and they analyze what is happening, Buhari says these IPOBs that is circulate everywhere in Nigeria, doing businesses and having their life, putting their life in order, we will teach them in a language they will understand. Now, what is going on? They started in Yoruba land, burning the businesses of the IPOBs, but because IPOB means the indigenous people of Biafra. Whether you are IPOB registered member, you are an indigene. Whether you are not IPOB registered member, you are an indigene. When they burn your shop and kill you in Lagos, they are killing IPOBs. And the template of Ahmadu Bello, it says they will take the South as the willing tools and the East as the conquered territory. So when you read the leaking pamphlet of Fulanis, they says the jihad war which they are planning, and this jihad war, it will be in gear in 2022. And in this 2022, they have passed Muslim ticket. So what is happening now is only Biafran government in exile, which is someone that knows the importance of document and someone that knows law, someone that knows his left and the right, someone that knows what it takes to present document inside offices. This is the best thing that has ever happened in Biafran struggle, because now when the Prime Minister of Biafra writes a letter, he has people who is working under him, lawyers of different capacities, who will go and submit. And again, inside, since the time of Ojukwu, only Biafran Prime Minister in the name of Simon Ekpa is the person that has European Prime Minister as a close friend, whom you can take to coffee, whom you can take out for work. You can call him on phone, he can come to your house, he can go to his house. So, and you can see the parliament, someone who is a local government chairman in Finland, a decision maker in Europe. Mind you, Biafrans, you as PhD holder in Nigeria, master degree holder in Nigeria, graduate in Nigeria, if you come to Europe, you have to go back to school for you to then learn, because they take history out of yourself. You don't know your left from your right. When they are teaching you something in the school, they remove reasoning out of you. They didn't teach you history. They teach you how to read and write. That's why you see some of our Igbo brothers, they will end up, after obtaining PhD holder, they will end up serving Fulanis. When you see our Biafran brothers, they will end up bringing their own brothers and sisters for assassination, because they didn't teach you anything reasonable in the school. Today, we are joyful, we are celebrating Biafran government in exile. You can go to your Google as well, you check the meaning of Biafran government in exile. Then you know that Biafra has been in existence. Today, Biafra is a country. Thank you, my comrades. So as we wait for another.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mazi 55 Vision. I will call on you, Mazi Survivor. Give us your submission.
Thank you, my beloved brother. Thank you so much, fellow Biafrans that is watching. We are talking about the Biafra government in exile. My fellow brothers and sisters here have spoken very well about the issue. The only thing I want to add to that is that this is a way of bringing our dream to reality. You see, I want us to have one thing in mind. Each time we are talking about Biafra, we should know that Biafra is a country that have existed and continue to exist in our heart, even when they deny it. Biafra is a country that has been operational for good 3 years. We had a government. We had a nation of our own. Everything that makes up a nation was in Biafra. And that very country, all of a sudden, they played the game they played and they told us no victor, no vanquish. And our forefathers and those who were before us gave them that opportunity to see if things will work. It never worked. Instead of them to fix things, what did they do? They begin to preach that Biafra is dead. And in our generation, we came out and we told them that Biafra is not dead. Mazi Nnamdi kind of picked up that message. And the very day the Biafran government in exile was activated, I can tell you I was the most happiest person that day. Finally, every word we have been saying has come to reality. If you're one of those who have doubted Biafra, if you're one of those who have been doubting for all this while, and you are one of those who is asking questions, after the countdown, then what? When you hear Biafra government in exile and you're not moved, you are not human. Today, it has become clear. That is why you see what is happening everywhere. You see them running helter-skelter. You see them going to organize symposium and all manner of talks. Today, they know that Biafra is not dead. We have been telling them, they never believed. And finally, Chukwu Okike Abiama, in the era of our Prime Minister, have made them to understand that Biafra is not dead. And the moment you mention Biafra government in exile, it has now become clear to everybody that Biafra land is under occupation by Nigeria. Our land is under occupation. You don't need to preach it. You don't need to stress yourself anymore. When you talk about Biafra today, if you're answering as a Biafra like me, wherever I am, I answer Biafra. I don't address myself as a Nigerian. It has now become very easier for us to be able to identify with Biafra. Our land is under occupation. Our government is exile. We have everything that makes up a country. We are a country. We remain a country. We can stand for ourselves. We can run our government. We have never been defeated. We only give them that chance to see if they can change, and they never changed. And from exile, the Biafra government have been activated fully. And from the very first day that the Biafra government exile was activated, you have seen moves. You have seen diplomatic moves. And the next thing that happened when that very thing was pronounced, when I was watching our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the new Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile, speaking, I shed tears. Why was I crying? I wish that Mazi Nnamdi, this was happening to his president. Just like my brother said here, this is what Mazi Nnamdi have been crying for. Mazi Nnamdi have spent money because of this. When you hear Mazi Nnamdi on most of his brokers telling you hundreds of thousands of dollars have been spent in order to lobby to countries, to lobby to individuals, to lobby to different kinds of places. This is one of the things that Mazi Nnamdi have been looking for. Even though the plan was there was no capable hand to activate it. This is one of the things that made Mazi Nnamdi to shed tears, and he was asking for 100 men. Those 100 men he was asking for is not just to go for the war front and fight. This was one of the key things he was asking for. These people, some people who claim to be Biafrans, we are stealing money from Mazi Nnamdi, defrauding him, defrauding Ipob, all in the name of lobbying. Today, that very thing has been crying for, has been given on a platter of gold. But as Chukwu Okike might have it, he has a reason why he kept Mazi Nnamdi where he is, why this new dimension is being activated fully. Mazi Nnamdi saw it coming. You see, today when you are telling somebody that Biafra is not dead, you don't need to shout it. That is why you see them, they have already activated. You see them going to the South to go and tell them that no, Biafra is over. And when they heard that Biafra government in exile have been activated, all hell begin to roll. Some of them begin to make declarations. They said he's irrelevant. He's irrelevant. They don't know what they're doing. So why are you worried about the Biafran government in exile? That should ring a bell in your ear. And I thank Chukwu Kabiama, the hand that is running it. When you come in terms of qualification, let me tell you, there are thousands of Biafrans that are educated and qualified, connected all over the world. But we are talking about the restoration of Biafra. How many of them are involved in restoration of Biafra? How many of them are involved in restoration of Biafra? That is the question. It is not about, just like when you see some people asking, you made yourself the prime minister, or why did you make him the prime minister? We are talking about the restoration of Biafra. We are not talking about, when you talk about educated people, connected people, Biafrans are educated and connected and involved in politics all over the world. But when you talk about the restoration of Biafra, how many of them are involved? Today, internationally, the only man standing out that is involved is Mazi Simon Ekpa, the selected prime minister. He might not be the most educated among the whole Biafrans living abroad. He might not be the most connected among the whole people living abroad. But how many of them have the boldness that he has? Somebody who has been able to make the country where he is stand still for 1 week and talk about Biafra. The whole country began to discuss Biafra as a topic in their media. Whoever is challenging his authority as the prime minister of Biafra is the enemy of Biafrans. But the Biafrans who want freedom, they know whom they want, and they have gotten what they deserve. We are happy. We are not apologizing or begging anybody to fall in line or begin to accept or not accept. He is the prime minister of Biafra government in exile, and will always be. Our joy today is that the whole world today have now known that Biafra is alive and our land is under occupation. And when we are talking about restoration of Biafra land, it has now become clear that we must restore Biafra land. This is a government of its own. A land have existed. A government of its own with everything that makes up a government. Nigeria tried to quash it as the way they squashed history. They wanted to squash Biafra. But today, the resurrection of Biafra, the mighty resurrection of Biafra is the Biafra government in exile. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. Today, if Biafra want to speak to the United Nations or United Nations want to talk Biafra, they know whom to talk to. They know the office to go to. So many things have been activated. And today, if you are still doubting that Biafra is coming faster than you expect, I am sorry. We can't beg you. There's no explanation to give you. All we are going to tell you is to watch and see. Pray. If sincerely you need freedom, you are a Biafran. Not just a Biafran. If you are an indigenous person in that contraption called Nigeria and you sincerely need freedom in your heart, pray and pray hard. Pray for the Biafran people. Pray for the new prime minister of Biafra government in exile. That the moves that he's making, the diplomatic moves, will yield fruit in a very short while. It is going to happen. Whether you like it or you don't like it, Biafra is coming. And Chukwu Okikabeo has signed it. I'm one of the happiest person when I saw the Biafra government in exile activated fully, has an office, have officials working in it. And today, other embassies will be opened in very soon. Other embassies will open in so many countries. Seeing all these things, I strongly believe that in a short while, we are going to take Biafra home. Just as our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, has said, that we are going to bring Biafra from abroad. We will not live in exile for a long time. Biafra government is going back home. Thank you, my beloved brother.
Mazugo.
Where is he?
I cited Mazi Okonkwo. I salute you.
Okay. You say you incited who?
Mazi Okonkwo, the comment section.
Ah.
He's still on top of something.
Okay. Mazi Sonny, do you have anything to drop or do we move on to the next agenda?
Plenty thing to drop, plenty.
Drop them inside here.
Yeah, so I salute you now once again.
Well done.
Biafran government in exile and its importance. This document that we saw on the screen before just exemplified the importance of Biafran government in exile. So let us go down a bit more elaborate. Now, a lot of you have been saying that we are not doing anything. We are not engaging nations. We are not going diplomatic. We are not talking to people. We are not bringing people in. We are not seeking allegiances. We are not seeking help, and we are not making more cooperation. Now, the Biafran government in exile is a political tool. It's a political angle. This is the political arena where we now go political, because we've been agitating, creating awareness and making people to know and to hear about what has been happening. Now it is time to go political, where you now connect with countries and nations and communities and international bodies. So for all this to happen, there must be a political body. The political body now is this Biafran government in exile. Biafran government in exile must be a semi-sovereign state or legitimate government, just like what we have. Now, we need not reside in Nigeria as our home nation or in Biafra land as our home nation to have our Biafran government in exile. We need to operate from afar, from outside Nigeria, but our coast nation will be back home. We may be in control of all our territories and not all as well. These are some of the things you need to understand about the Biafran government in exile, where you're now looking at its property. Because for a government to be enacted with a nation that is emerging, many things are involved. We will not have 100% legitimacy to go to some point and some extent, but we have where we can go based on the bodies that will be set up, because this is the political trend where we now go in and come out. Now, do not expect that we must be in Biafra land to do everything. Biafran government in exile or a government in exile will always come to occupation when there is what? War. Or when there is what? Revolution. Or when there is what? A takeover of government or a coup, or when there is what? A standing in government that wants to do what? To create their own life. That is when a Biafran government or a government in exile will always come out. Then I ask you, are we in war? Yes, we are in war. So for us to have Biafran government or a government in exile now is in order, because we are in war. Are we in a revolution mode? Yes, we are in a revolutionary mode. That is why we must have a government in exile. Are we in a state of a coup? Yes, we are, because your government is about to put in an interim government in Nigeria, which will put all of you on a hold. A state of emergency may emerge. That is why the power is deposited in the hands of the Fulani terrorists. The same thing that happened when they established the Degree 8 during the time of Gowon from 66 to 70s is what you see that is playing out. So the establishment of a government in exile for the emerging nation of Biafra is of great importance. A government in exile is very, very important to every emerging nation. Without a government in exile, there is no political move. There is nothing that could be done. You cannot go and talk to UN as just a body. You cannot go and talk to EU as just a body. You saw the letter that just came to the screen before. A day before yesterday, you saw one from UN. Today, you have seen another one from EU. More letters are going to come out and will be done what? Recorded, and you will be seeing all of them. This is the key role that a government in exile must play. The government in exile will protect your interests in different ways and will represent you in diverse ways. Many nations have gone through these processes and it has been recognized and they have stood their ground. So we are not the first one, neither are we going to be the last, because the world is evolving every day. International laws recognizes government in exile. That is one thing you should understand. International laws recognizes government in exile. And what are some of those things that they recognize and also add up as legitimacy to the government in exile? This, your Eastern Security Network, your Biafran government in exile, is part of it. And that goes under where you hear of the military forces. You now hear of your constitution, you hear of your international treaty, you hear of your bilateral agreement, you hear of your diplomatic recognition, and then you hear of your identity card and your political parties and elections. So these and many more are some of the things that are included. Time will not permit us to elaborate more on it, but I can assure you that we are on the right track. And as you all know, Amazonia has a government in exile. Many other nations have government in exile. So the Biafran people are not doing something different that has not existed before. We are doing something that everybody knows and it is internationally recognized. As you go, I'll be back.
All right. Biafrans, we are going to open the line. I see somebody asking, is it registered? Is it recognized? Is it true? Every question you have, don't bother yourself throwing it there in the junk. We call you, we will drop the link, the telephone number, and you will call and ask your question. Then you will get your answer. But before we go on, I would like us to understand that the number one reason why Mazi Nnamdi is suffering whatever he's suffering now is because DOS. When I am calling DOS, everyone in the DOS, everyone using Radio Biafra, they are all strongly against the release of Mazi Nnamdi. How? They do not use these means. If you remember very well, the first time Obasanjo, I think that was Obasanjo that arrested him. The reason why was because of that Radio Biafra. And this second time, they are still persisting that he imported transmitter or transmitter. That is still for Radio Biafra. Huh? So instead of them
it's December 2015.
Okay, to December, okay. Instead of these people to use this Radio Biafra to ask Biafrans to call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi, to protest with the civil disobedience which we are crying for, calling for, they will not. Whenever we call for sit at home or any form of civil disobedience, they will tell Biafra, no, don't listen to them. Mazi Nnamdi is not in support of them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not their leader. They are not under Mazi. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you, if truly these people want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free today, if a Chinese man come out to say free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will stay and they will stand and queue behind him and say, we support you. You must not belong to their society, to their secret cult of a foundation. How do they call it? Structure, building or protecting structure before you ask for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditional release.
Tunnel bidder. Tunnel bidder.
So they are still digging. They are digging, not that they are digging the tunnel. So these people are the reason why Mazi Nnamdi
I saw some of them coming out from the tunnel yesterday.
really. God save them. Let them come out. We need them out of the tunnel.
Was he the madman that showed you?
No, actually, this one no be even madman show me. I say I'm kudo kudo. When they came out, half part of their face was smoked.
Sorry, Mazi. Yes, Biafra government in exile is registered. Was registered.
No, Gaddafi, wait.
Afraid?
I want the person to come here and ask the question. Don't answer the question from the comment. Let them come here and ask. They will not want to call. They will not want to come. All they want is to distract people from outside here, inside the comment section. They are not serious. So let us ignore them. They are not existing. It's like the ones that say that they have sacked the prime minister. They say they have sacked him.
Did they employ him before?
I wonder. Two people want to sack a leader of 70.
Two criminals. My brother.
Some channel are just for comedy. They just do comedy to entertain.
My fellow comrade, there is a question. There's a question that Biafran people should be asking. The question is, what is the freedom that most of us are fighting? Is it Mazugo? Is the freedom? Is he the Prime Minister? His Excellency, Mazi Simon Egba? Is it the freedom that I'm fighting? So, what is the freedom? If we be able to answer yourself, the freedom that you are fighting, I don't think you will have time to talk about backbiters that's always behind. You know, the backbiters, their places at the back. That's why you see them, instead of talking or providing solutions, how to achieve our freedom or our independence, you see them talking about one particular person, talking about people, talking about this one, this one. Man, if devil come today, that I see Biafra in his hand, guy, I go follow devil collect the freedom. You understand? So, regardless of who it is, like I just dabble into their this thing. You see, the topic they have is Mazi Simon. This is something you are fighting, or you are fighting full. Well, it's from Sokoto, as I heard. So Ghana and Ghana's like Sokoto. So you can see that they don't fight their kinsmen. You can see the mystery. They don't fight their kinsmen because the kinsmen is the problem we are having. So they will turn back to cause confusion within us. You know, we are very, very lenient. That's why we give space to, even to the extent we give space to Ghanaians, Ghana boy them, due to we love this freedom. And we thought that we are coming for the freedom. So that's why we look at the Ghanaian people, give them space, say, okay, join us as you say you want to join us. Because we are so kind, we are good people. That we are moving forward. We don't gossip, we don't peel melons, you know, we don't peel melon. We talk about how do we achieve this thing we promised the Biafran people. And let me tell you another thing. if Mazi Simon is not qualified to be the prime minister, the head of government, the head of what we are doing, my brother, who? From the comment section, if you say, okay, we should take it from Mazi Simon, who do you think we will give it to? Is it you? Who? Who has done what he is doing and is willing to do?
Maybe you give it to Mohamed Abbas.
Or the one where you I say the chicken where they pull out in feathers.
Mohamed Abbas go fit liaise with the fellow terrorists. Then they go give you freedom. So give it to Mohamed Abbas.
Mazi Sonny, you know what one idiot talk? Idiot say, Simon Ekpa, he told us he will announce the leader of Biafra government. He will announce it, and we are waiting. Then he now announce himself. Now I come to ask myself. So you be the wait me to announce you, so that you will scatter everything. The way you people have swearing with your life that instead of Simon Ekpa to bring Biafra, make the Biafra no come. So you are waiting for him to announce somebody else that will come and scatter it. Then you'll be happy. They have failed. It will not work the way you plan it. People goddamn have a plan.
No,
and that's what's working.
Mazraf, the person for bringing his name, let us help him and answer.
Hello, I beg hold on small. Make we receive call. go on, Mazi.
Good evening, Mazugo.
You're welcome. You have 2 minutes. Carry go.
Yeah, may Chukwuka government bless you all.
He say
anybody that fight Samunepa, Mazi Samunepa, fight Mazi Nanekano, because what Mazi can stand for is the same thing Samunepa stand for. Although I from Agbo, Delta State, we are all one. Biafra must come. We support Biafra because the injustice is too much. Boko Haram killing people, doing so many evil things in that zoo. Still yet, where they capture them, put them for the army and the police. But the man did not do anything. They keep in there. You understand? So I thank God for you all. Continue your good work. We are with you. May Chico Kabema bless Mazi Samunepa and you all. In Jesus' name.
He say thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, go on.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, my most wonderful Biafran media warriors. I greet all of you. I salute you. I also bless you in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
I will take this opportunity to talk to all Biafrans. I am retired Naval Captain Ogunofo. My Biafran brothers, this is the real thing now. Biafra freedom has just really begun. This is exactly what our leader Mazi Nnamdi has been trying to do. But the thieves around him has never allowed him to do it. This is the right thing. This is the right move. We have just taken the right step by appointing a Biafra government in exile and as well appointing a prime minister. And the man that was given the post of the prime minister, that was voted as a prime minister, deserves what he has gotten at the post because he is a capable man, not just capable, he is well endowed to carry out this responsibility, this duty as a prime minister. He is a human distant lawyer. He is a politician. You understand? He knows everything, every step to take. He knows everywhere, every office to approach for our movement, for our liberation. Forget about what they are saying. Let me tell you, if you are not doing the right thing, the world will not talk about you. They will not talk about you. Simon is doing the right thing, so we should all come together and support him. We should all come together and pray for him. Give him the courage, give him the boost. We should show him that love that will make him do more. The people say, when you thank a woman that prepared the native beans for you, she will prepare more. If this man has been doing so much for us. Since Nnamdi was kidnapped, was renditioned back to Nigeria, he is the only one that has really gotten any fruitful movement or any fruitful thought about this Biafran struggle. The rest are just their looting, stealing, indirectly and directly.
There was a.
This man is so pure, so genuine that whatever he does, he comes out to announce it for us to understand every move he's making. Why won't we trust him? Why won't we support him? Please, Biafrans, let us support him. This is time for us to go home. And he's doing the right thing.
Thank you,
He's
sir.
doing the right thing. Or people don't want to go home. I want to go home.
There was a.
My brother, I thank you. You people should keep up the good work. I praise you people. I pray that God will keep on giving you people the strength you are using to do these things every day. Some of you come to the media 2-3 times a day. It's not easy. I know what it takes. Only your job as a man takes you time, much more media coverage. So God will bless all of you, give you strength, and give you knowledge and wisdom. In Jesus' mighty name I pray.
Amen. Thank you. Sorry if we did not pick your call. Try and call again. Try and call again. And when you call, you hear thank you. Thank you. Try and understand that your time, you've gone beyond your time. And so that other people will come in. I don't want to drop the call on you. So Biafrans, we move. We move.
Mazi Sonny, did any madman say something to you now?
Wait, pick the call first. Because
you're welcome. You're welcome. Go on. You have 2 minutes, Becky.
Yes, I am already in the spirit of megalomania. In eulogizing and paralyzing in the utmost.
Okay, in the Whoopson spirit movement. You are welcome.
Yes. I know that most of our people are yet to comprehend the meaning of the Biafran government in exile or a government in exile. You see, we don't have to blame people because those Nnamdi group have been here confusing most of our people. So they think that whatever we do, they always go against it. Now, if our people have listening ear, they should hear this from me today because I'm not all that prepared, to intervene, but I want them to listen to me. You see, how many times have the United Nations, condemned Nigeria or gave Nigeria injunction that they should release Nnamdi because he's innocent? How many times? It's more than 2 times. Both the one they did in secret and the one they did in open. Now, we are very lucky that we've got Mazi, Simon Epa. Can you still hear me?
We are listening to you, Mazi.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Okay, so we are very lucky that we have Mazi, Simon Epa. Our people, yes. Our people should thank God. Let me put it in our general understanding. We should thank God that we have somebody like Mazi Simon Epa. Before I go forward, I want to read the meaning of government in exile. in a jiffy. Government in exile means government temporarily established on foreign soil following the occupation of its own territory by another authority. Truth or false? The answer is that it is true. Because in Nigeria today, ordinary protests, you are not allowed. Your leader is being held under captivity by the occupational power. But thanks to Biafra Autopilot and Mazi Simon Ekpa, we had an instrument through which the United Nations will take us serious. Let everybody come together and understand this is government. This is government because government talks to government. In the political period, the phase we are now is the political phase. And the government talks to government. So when the other government refuses us, our request, this one cannot refuse us our request because it is our own government. And the world that has been waiting to interact with us will now interact with our own government in exile. And I thank God that the headquarters is in the United States of America. So let us all join hands to support Mazi Simon Ekpa. I am the happiest person for the new development because I know what it is under international law. So let me drop it here for this evening. I thank all of you. God bless you.
There was, sir. Thank you. Okay, that was our military whoop song military man. Hello.
Whooping.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. You're welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi, good evening. Good evening, Sonia Palawa. Good evening, Gaddafi brothers, all of you there. I say good evening from UK. And this official speaking again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Yeah, this official speaking from UK. And we thank God for government in exile. We're talking about Simon Ekpa. I just want all of us to not look at Simon Ekpa with our physical eye. If we can go to our spiritual eye and see him and know who he is, whatever that you see Simon doing, he's not doing it on his own. Because you remember when Christ came to this world, Christ was not fighting by himself. The Father who sent him was fighting the battle. So Simon having the power of everything that has came upon him and is still moving on. Yes, because he is born for such a time like this. And because he's born for such a time like this, and it happened that he just started doing very well with Mazi Nnamdi before he was kidnapped. But that doesn't mean that things will not continue. Because left for those people called US, this fight should have gone forever. And no one will remember Mazi Nnamdi. But we are here. We are here. Simon is here as our Prime Minister. Whether the devil like it or not, we don't care. And you guys are doing wonderful work. And Simon, we thank God for the strength. We thank God for the energy. We continue to pray for him that bad eye will not see him. Because 1,000 is with him. And more than 10,000 is still with him. And those goes against him. The one that's with him is murder. So we know that whatever God is doing, God is using Simon to do it. So having power, talking, speaking, because when you see him speaking, he composes himself to speak. And without government, whether you have king, whether you have queen, whether you have SD or anything, without government, nobody care about those things. Because anything that has to go out, and one who work with government of this country, anything that has to go out, it has to come through government. If Queen is going to stay later out when he was alive, and by May we are having king, it has to come through the government. So we have to thank God for what He has started, and God will finish it. And we
Thank
are
you.
going back to Biafra this year. But those Uzama people, my prayer for them is that they shouldn't die. God will not kill them. The devil will not kill them. All I just pray for them, for God to blindfold them, blind their eyes. When Biafra will come, they will come to Biafra and gain their sight. That is the only prayer I have for them. They will know, my brother.
They will. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, the room is full. Freedom is taken. The room is full, and it can't take any more person. And all of us here are nobody is leaving because this is media team. So please try and call on the phone. Thank you.
Mazuko, we don't accept visitor,
So we are waiting for your calls as we begin to round up. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Am I speaking to the media teams?
Yes, of course you are.
Okay. That's my first time of calling, huh?
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are doing wonderfully well, huh?
Thank you, sir.
I'm enjoying the program.
Good.
You guys should keep it up, please. Be a forceful support to our Prime Minister. Pastor Vam, I love the question you asked Prime Minister last 2 days when he said, can he share the anointing so that things will be going? Hello?
We are listening to you. Go on. All right. Like I said, I think we should be rounding up. Or is there anybody that want to say anything else again? Since the call is not coming, we should be rounding up because we are here for going to 2 hours.
There was something that madman told him.
He will always say it before we go. Maybe that will be his last submission before we go. So I think we should be dropping the last submission as we begin to round up to go. And I don't know. Or what do people think?
You're on point.
Okay, then very well. Then let us begin to gather our Kiniko. So we'll be closing. Let us start by rounding up. Mazi Chic Survivor, I beg, just say your closing remark before we walk out.
Thank you so much, my brother, my comrades. I appreciate everyone have participated and spoken very nice on this very topic. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to empower or strengthen us until we go to that promised land. I also use the opportunity to appreciate our Prime Minister, the Biafra government in exile, that Chukwu Abiyama will continue to strengthen him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to carry us to that promised land. I also pray that Mazi Nnamdi, wherever he is, that Chukwu Abiyama will continue to surround him with his spirit, keep him strong until he joins us to raise the flag very, very soon. And my fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching from today, I want you to be happy. And I want you to see the Biafran government in exile as a partial declaration of Biafra. Some of you who are calling Mazi Nnamdi, declare Biafra. Biafra has been declared partially. And all you have to do today is to stand firm and pray that finally we'll walk into the promised land and every one of us will rejoice. And we will dance in the street, just like Mazi Nnamdi said. We will dance that people will think that we are mad. it is going to happen in this year by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiam. Thank you so much and see you on the next program.
You see, when you ask people to call, they will not call. When you close the program, they will begin to call. Let us listen to you. I think you will be the last caller. I'm offing my phone immediately you finish. So go on. You have your 2 minutes.
All right. Sorry, I'm calling late, but okay. I only want to point out. It's just to add to what some of you have said regarding the government in exile. You see, people have to understand that, in international law, there are certain things you cannot do as an individual. You require collective effort, which comes under a government to be able to do it. There is a certain case during the Second World War when Netherlands was under occupation by Germany. Germans seized, the bonds of the Netherlands, and somebody from America bought those bonds. Now, it was the government of exile of the Netherlands that was able to sue that man, Achilles, in the U.S. District Court in New York, regarding those bonds. So, and without the government in exile, an individual, maybe one of the people who own those bonds wouldn't have been able to do it. So now that we have a government in exile, we will be able to, approach governments, approach international courts, and do a lot of things. Because, like, if as a Biafran now you have a case, you cannot go to probably African courts or ECOWAS courts or even the International Court of Justice, to approach them to bring a matter as an individual. But as a government in exile, we'll be able to do it. So this is just something I wanted to add. So it is very, very important. People have to understand. It's not everything that we see from the angle of, that somebody is trying to project himself, somebody is trying to do this. No. Certain things are very, very important to be able to achieve your goal. I'm sorry I called late. Thank you very much. This is what I have to say now.
Thank you for the information. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. The program officially taking call is over. We are rounding up. Okay, and Vamba, are you there? Okay, Mazi 555 Vision. We know they hear you.
Make I be the last. I will be the last to
Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, Biafrans, lovers of freedom. If you can see, you will see that our faces is filled up with joy and harmony, because people has been asking, what has you done? What have you people done? What they cannot do since 2012 is what Obato Bie Ipob 1 Taproot has just done. A COVID-19 IPOB. What they have not been able to do since 2012, they begin to follow Mazi Nnamdi. And we have every reason to say thanks to Chukwu Kabiama, thanks to Almighty God, because the Biafran government in exile, to help yourself, check your Google, it will tell you. And if it is not legitimate, they will not grant it. This house you are seeing here is the building being registered in the United States of America, for you to know how authentic it is. We are not playing, and this is a very nice move with the play, with the show. we have called upon Chukwuka Abiyama. He is with us. Our Prime Minister, if Lord God Almighty can lead Joshua to war and he won and gave victory, Chukwuka Abiyama, Eke Ori Afonkwo, will lead you through. Thank you, all of us of freedom. Thank you, all contributors. Thank you, the motivators. With Chukwuka Abiyama, we will celebrate in Biafran land. You say?
Thank you. Okay, Mazi Van, you are here now.
Hey, all my media warriors, I greet you all. I thank you for your resilience. One of the reasons, since morning I left my house 5 a.m. You know how it is. We do the first one, we do the second one. Coming back, I say we must still deliver this one before my Simon will come. You know, a metal money now the background. The other easy one day. We must win this war. We must win this war. Thank you so much, my brother, True Survivor. I appreciate you. It's good to always see that your formidable winning face. Thank you so much. We are winning this. And the last caller that called was very, very important. He called and chipped in that particular, contribution. You see, when you hear our spokesperson, and our Prime Minister now, discharging his duties as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's true disciple, you think he doesn't know what he's doing? All these people that are just making noise up and down, he did this, he did that, it is for your own good. At the end of the day, you will come and tell him, thanks, sir. I'm telling you. And the funny thing is that he doesn't even need your thanks, sir, because he has said that he will make sure he delivers. He told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, look, I am here to see what is on the table. And if there is nothing on the table, I will bring something and put on the table. And you see him doing all these things. Can't you see that these are the things he has to put on the table? This is giving our movement legitimacy. All the nonsensical or banshee that are making noise up and down, that are saying, ask them, what do they have on the table? The only thing they have is just to make noise and talk rubbish. You see people that gave Simon Ekpa all the accolades and all the support. All of a sudden, because devil entered them and because pride entered them, like Lucifer, you see them now trying to corner themselves. And that place you have cornered yourself, the earlier you come out from that corner and begin to cry for forgiveness and mercy, the better for you, because Biafra have won allow. Biafra have left you behind. I'm telling you, Biafra have left you behind. Look at you have gotten to the 11th hour. The 11th hour. We are about to enter inside and begin to sing the song of victory. They allow a bad ime. Can you imagine? You just lose it at the tail end as you are about to join Biafrans to celebrate. You just lose it. True Survivor told you. Now you that have saying Mazi Simon declare Biafra, declare Biafra. Now you need to see this as a declaration. The Bible says that our God Chukwuka Abiyama called the things that be not as though they were. He called the things that be not as though they were. The only thing I see is Biafra actualization. That's the only thing I see. If you cannot see it, go and use the word and wash your eyes. I'll ask God to clean your eyes so that you will see. In case you don't see it, you can put your hands in the eyes like this, like our Prime Minister. Maybe you'll be able to nokopo it. Because the only thing I see now, I am telling you, I'm not just saying it because I want to hype. I am not a hype man. I am saying it because that is what I see. In case you cannot see it, go back to your bed this night. Kneel down beside your bed and say, Chukwuka Abiyama, please show me. Mazi Simon Ekpa, remember he swore, he said, if what I'm doing is not for bringing Biafra and to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let whatever I'm doing in this life, let me not have it. Let me not succeed in this life. Some of you that are making this noise, you can't even swear for your own family. But this man, because of Biafra, he swear for his life, he swear for his children, he swear for his destiny, he swear for his future. And all you are busy about is looking for how to talk down on him. I am making another sermon even at the end of this, but it is useful for you. Please go back to your closet this night and say, Chukwokika Abịama, what is there in this declaration of Biafra government in exile? What is there in this our spokesperson, our prime minister, that I have not seen? Please show me. I bet you with my 10 fingers and my 10 toes, God will show you this night. Thank you, Mazi Go and my fellow comrades.
There were. Mazi Sonny, don't come back. Okay, finally, they don't release the advice.
Yep. I salute you now once again.
Drop him.
Oh, you did not
Make we remember our fundraising tomorrow is 7 p.m. Biafra time. Very, very important because we need money for everything. And if we don't, as you go, there's no point. There's no point of putting it. They can remove it. We have already done the publication, so they know it and they see it. So, make una come give us money for ESN, please. Our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released, and we will not stop what we are doing until when we see Onyendo release. And we understood that this time will come. That is why we told you we are not waiting to take order from anybody in DSS before we take decisions. So that you will not say the person that is in DSS, which is our leader, is the one that is telling us to do what we are doing. So now we can answer for ourselves. MNK is there for us, and we are here to do something for him, and to also do something for ourselves and to get our freedom. So MNK is inside. Now we have started the diplomatic and political and bilateral and every connective links through the Biafran government in exile to establish something and to move on. We are not in Zama, which needs to wait until when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will now come and tell them what to do, where to go, how to go about it, where to continue from. No. We understand what is coming, and we are fully prepared. So, Biafran should be ready because more are coming on the table, and tough decisions are also coming. So, it is either you're in or you are out. If you cannot face the thoughts, just stay on the edge, or go and even join our enemies and be fighting us like you've ever done before. Because this time is going to be very, very brutal. Want to appreciate all of you, and most especially to the ESN on ground, the Biafran Liberation Army. We hear many people speaking and posting some videos and audios castigating the establishment that has been laid out. We are laughing at you people. Continue to be silly. By the time you sleep and you wake up, you see the light of Biafra shining very, very, very bright. Your foolishness, we don't know what to use it to compare with. You cannot even go and fight for your freedom. You're not fighting Simon Ekpa, fighting autopilot. So autopilot is now your enemy. No more one Nigerian government. Oh my God. You're not even fighting one Nigeria again to release my. You're now turning your barrel to autopilot.
Not be juju be that.
Not really juju. Not really juju. So at times when we see in a publication, we go just sit on the lap. Because before we come out like this, we don't see now in the spiritual, and so madmen don't give us some advice we will go use in order to take care of you people. You know, the best advice is the one you get from a madman from Biafra land. Make mistake when you go and take advice from Chatham House in UK or US or EU or UN. Now there you go cause your death, because that is what Obi did. And that dug the graves of many Biafrans that have died recently after the elections of 2023. So we appreciate you all, and the Biafran government in Israel needs your support and everything that you can. Above all, ESN is the backbone of this movement. When ESN is scrapped and brought down, we are no more existing. That is why we cannot let it go, because that is our arm's wing. The way and manner terrorists are killing people now, you cannot compare it to what would have happened if we did not have ESN in Biafra land. There is no single day that you don't see any publication of 50, 80, 100, 150, 200 coming out from the north. These are the dead bodies of people that have exhumed, that have been killed by terrorists every day, every day, every day. Then you ask, do you still have a government? Or is this country still working? No, it's not working. Those EU and UN that came to supervise, and UK, US came to supervise your fraudulent elections, where are they now that they are massacring you? They only came to supervise the reenactment and the recontinuation of the slavery. But they did not come to see when they massacre you. So please, for us, the Biafran people, we have set the pace, and you people will follow us, because we are the one writing we are the one writing the publication of What Nigeria now. Anything autopilot under Simon Ekpa is Prime Minister of Biafra writes. That is what the media of What Nigeria will carry. And we love it when you people are making us proud by publishing our messages. Whether by positive or negative, or you turn it upside down, we are still moving, because people will get sense, go see, open the article, they go read them word to word, verbatim to verbatim, from beginning to the end, and see what we actually said, and they will discern what we are saying. So thank you so much, Biafrans, and keep the fire burning. ESN is tomorrow fundraising. Please be there and support what we are doing, because together we stand, and divided we may fall. Falling is not our portion now. Winning is our culture. Ndewo Mazi and my comrades, I salute you all. Thank you for your time.
Ndewo, Gaddafi no be guy name. Oya, drop up. Make we waka.
Thank you. Indeed. Thank you, Biafran people. From the comment section, I salute you all. From those that are unable to comment, I also salute you all. From those that are watching at home, I salute you. Those in the office, I salute you. You are the reason why we are here. Above all, we need more powerful guns and bullets. There's a gun they call Shika, PKG, machine gun. We need all of them. We need more of them. We need our air defense. We need our air defense. We need money for all those ones. That is why we want you to come in mass tomorrow. A few that are regretting that they followed obedience and they head to nowhere, please come tomorrow and pay your tithe and offering. This is fundraising. You know, maybe you know those days when we call tithes or when we call offering. Some of them are giving like one kobo in coin as offering. This is donation. Come, let us donate to defense of our land. We need air defense, and we need the land. We need the sea to be defended. I want to tell Biafra some things. Well, I keep it. What I want to say is that use Benue as a case study. Use Kogi as a case study. Then, do you want your land to be like that? It is the help of ESN. Today we have the Liberation Army, the Biafran Liberation Army. They need more equipment. That's why we want to remind you that tomorrow, even if they call it children fundraising, it's not just about children. It is when the children come to support what we adults are doing. Please come as an adult and as well come as a child, so that we will fight this battle. Above all, I salute Biafran Republic government in exile. I love whenever I hear that name, whenever I call that name, it makes me happy. Personal. You know why? Before you were in Atakara, nursery school. Today we are in university level. So when you were talking to people, they were looking at you disdain. But today is big man talk to big man. Like I said, you were operating as an organization. Now we are operating as a government of a nation. So you can see there is difference between Ebe and Ebe. So what I want to say is this. Whether you like it, you support Biafran government in exile. If you like, don't support it. Biafra will definitely come. If you like, go behind and be making noise. You remain at the back because backbiters are always at the back. We are moving ahead. Before we were in the train, and train has a limited speed. But now we are on a rocket. We are on it. So, Biafra people, I salute you all. I salute the Prime Minister of Biafra. I also salute the advisory committee. I salute Omada from Ebeje Jog to all the Omadas, both those ones in our Biafra land. I salute you all because you are the reason why we are here. And let me remind you as well that the Omada has been the womb that have been incubating this freedom we are fighting, and they are doing it well. I thank God for protecting them to have, the enemy come to attack them to give them miscarriage womb. But I thank God for giving them a dry breast. Our enemy jam dry breasts, and they're only backing as a dog. When you kill a snake, I grew up in the village. When you kill a snake, if you want to cross the snake from the ocean or inside the stream, the snake will always shake body. It's already dead though, but you see the snake touching. We are crossing to the other side of the freedom. That's why every snake that we have already killed, you see them making a move. They're going nowhere. They're already dead. I salute you all. Thank you and God bless you.
Yeah, thank you so much, my people. We have come to the end of the program. I want us to know that why UN or UK or whatever are doing what they are doing is because concern them. You want them to say if UN or UK Prime Minister in UK they are killing people, the best thing they can do is to ask you to bring a delegate to come and monitor election. Only 9/11 that happened in the US no rest. US did not rest. They were drawing up strategies, employing scientists, employing specialists year after year. I think it took them about 14 years or how many, just to hunt down one person in revenge of 9/11 Twin Tower massacre by the terrorists. But in Biafra, the number of people that died in that Twin Tower, I don't think they're up to 1,000 people. But in Nigeria, every year we record scores upon scores upon scores upon scores. US, get liver, get blood, get the power, get the guts to send their, observers to come and monitor our election in the midst of the Fulani terrorists massacring us. This is why everybody should wake up and fight for your freedom. Nobody will fight for you. When you hear a call for civil disobedience, arise. When you hear a call for support financially, physically, anyhow, arise. Give it. We need it. You need it. So Biafrans, I must say thank you to you all that are faithful, that are still faithful, and those of you that are not supporting us, that are betraying us, thank you. But one thing I will encourage everybody is try and get yourself busy. Either you get busy joining us to fight to restore Biafra, or get busy fighting against what we are doing. But just try and get yourself, engage yourself into doing something, either fighting to restore Biafra or fighting to destroy Biafra. God bless you all as we close this night. I would say from me to you all is good night.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
The spirit of Biafra, who led free Nnamdi Kanu, Kedi for Melo, Ipob one Nanyasi, Kedi for Melo, one Chile, one Kedi for Melo, Onyendu Nebe Anyanachi, Kedi for Melo. Kanyi chetana kaya diocha kedi for melo. Ipob wananyasi kedi for melo. Wane chire wane ya kedi for melani. Onyendu nebe anyarachi kedi for melo. Kanyi chetana kaya diocha. All the things to do because think about it on us. Now we should have ability to reason. They started to create division among us. Hey, take our resources and left us fighting. I'm more Biafran than you are. I'm both member than you are. Biafran's Biko Chitapa. Abaipa Furunevika. I'm more Biafran than you are. I'm both member than you are. Biafran's Biko Chitapa. Abaipa Furunevika. Kedi for Melo. Ipob one Nanyasi. Kedi for Melo. One chile, one kedi for melo. Onyendu nebe anyanachi, kedi for melo. Kanyi chetana kaya diocha, kedi for melo. Ipob wananyasi, kedi for melo. One chile, one kedi for melani. Onyendu nebe anyanachi, kedi for melo. Kanyi chetakwa nakaya diocha. Ofonogu Brgie eteje. Aruneme nobodo Brgie ti ututu nanyasi. Afufu nata akwa makobi wane. Chukwu kikoi. Arire bonu mo Biafra kuye. Ode chinchichi. Akodogwa nyekaji. Anye nosi chichichi. Kanyi kunye no my people. Kedi for melo. Ipob wananyasi. Kedi for melo. Wane chile wane ya. Kedi for melo. Onyendu nebe anyanachi. Kedi for melo. Kanyi